Welcome to This Week in East Brunswick. Today we cut the ribbon for the LEAP Learning Center at the East Brunswick Public Library, which will offer assistive technology classes to aging residents with vision problems. We drop in at Playhouse 22 and speak with the director of Frost Nixon about the production. Karen Perry sits down in studio with representatives from the Business Networking Committee to talk about an upcoming networking breakfast that will take place at the East Brunswick Public Library. And we welcome back the annual Harpers Escape concert, featuring over 24 harpists playing traditional Irish music. All this, plus we have information about a special ghost tour of the Old Bridge Historic District, taking place each Saturday in October. So stay with us. This Week in East Brunswick starts now. The East Brunswick Public Library recently unveiled the LEAP Learning Center at the Computer Lab in the library. LEAP stands for Library Equal Access Program and is designed to give free assistive technology classes to adults over the age of 55 with a change in their vision. The lab provides residents with training on iPads and computers equipped with magnification and speech options to better suit the needs of aging patrons with vision problems. Classes will be held monthly, and more information can be found at www.ebpl.org.
Thank you all for coming. Welcome to East Brunswick Library. We are honored to be one of 7 libraries chosen to be a LEAP Learning Center for Assistive Technology. We are so pleased to be able to have this new technology to be able to offer to all of our residents. I want to take a quick thank you to someone who's probably hiding, Karen Perry. She's not on the agenda today, but Karen is our Head of Information Services, and she was really integral in partnering up to get this program started.
I want to thank Jen and the staff here because, again, this is a program that's been a collaboration between the state library, public libraries like East Brunswick, and the Commission for the Blind and Visually Impaired. A few years ago, Commissioner Dan Fry actually went before the state chapter of the National Federation of the Blind, and he gave them an idea of the future, which was going to be more of a fact of he was going to, the parable of teaching someone to fish. And Dan's approach was he was going to work to have people learn how to use the technology. And that's, I think, the genesis cornerstone of the LEAP program. And so the state library's been working with public libraries on accessible technology. And the Talking Book and Braille Center has recognized that there's been a gap where the commission knows the people, but public libraries know their customers. And so this is a collaboration. The LEAP program is that collaboration of putting everything together. The commission has bought the software, has bought the hardware, and has provided the training, and then libraries like East Brunswick have provided the resources and the audience for people to be able to use that.
Through the LEAP program, individuals are able to gain access to all of the resources available at the library. I'm talking about people who have disabilities such as blindness, deafness, deafblind, visually impaired, hard of hearing, and other physical disabilities. So able to come here and get training on the adaptive equipment, which includes computers with adaptive software and adaptive keyboards. And we also train on the iPads. And what I'm finding is people are very happy with the program because they're learning now how to access the library resources, which are very valuable to everyone, but they're able to do it now independently through the training.
On behalf of Assemblywoman Nancy Pinkin, I'm happy to be here. This library is very important to me. It's my hometown library. I spent many years as a high school student learning everything that's great about the world. So great to be able to cut this ribbon. Specific. Oops. There we go. Cut it. There we go.
Thank you so much for coming, and what an exciting day for East Brunswick to be part of this new service called LEAP that is brought here to the East Brunswick Library. We're so honored to be one of 7 libraries. But Mary, tell me a little bit, what does LEAP stand for?
LEAP stands for the Library Equal Access Program, and I want to say thank you so much, Karen, for making it a success here at East Brunswick. You've been so great to work with.
Thank you.
And the spirit behind the LEAP program, inspired by and sponsored by the New Jersey Commission for the Blind and Visually Impaired, is to offer assistive technology learning centers at public libraries for anyone over the age of 55 who has a change of vision. And the goals behind it are really to promote independence and education and training about state-of-the-art technology that will help them keep up to speed with technology, which is changing as quickly in the assistive technology world as it is in the other world. And no better place to learn technology than at libraries, because libraries are teaching so much technology to everyone. They're really the heart of our communities and really changing people's lives. So by offering LEAP at the East Brunswick Public Library, you're really opening your arms and expanding services to serve what we think is really an underserved population in the state.
That's wonderful, Mary. I noticed that the LEAP courses are on the library's computer schedule so that our customers can see them right through our calendar. Tell me a little bit about what these titles of these courses are, Mary. What types of classes?
Well, the Commission for the Blind and Visually Impaired has provided the libraries with computers and iPads. And on the computers are software programs that offer magnification and speech. And built into the iPads are extraordinary accessibility features, little known to many people, that also offer magnification and speech. So the courses are, there's an introductory course to iPads, there's an advanced class on iPads. There's a computer basics class for anyone who really doesn't know how to use a computer and has a vision problem. And then we have advanced classes on learning the computer software, learning magnification and text-to-speech software that exists.
Oh, that's wonderful, Mary. Well, Mary, thank you so much for all your hard work to bring this wonderful service to our residents.
And thanks, Karen, for everything.
It's been a pleasure.
Great working with you.
Thanks, Mary.
Always.
Frost Nixon is a play that's based on the actual interviews between British talk show host David Frost and former President Richard Nixon from the 1970s, and they go really in depth into how the behind the scenes of the interviews, how the interviews came to be, because it's kind of like a real underdog story. Because imagine, you have this talk show host that no one really takes seriously, but he wants to kind of prove his journalistic integrity, and no one's really going for it. And then he goes in, and this is actually, it's one of the most successful interview broadcasts of the day, and this is just the story of how those interviews came to be.
Good evening. This is the 37th time I've spoken to you from this office, where so many important decisions have been made that shaped the history of our nation. Each time I have done so to discuss with you a matter I believe affected national interest. I shall resign the presidency effective at noon tomorrow.
With your request for an interview, and to say, after having discussed it, my client is not necessarily opposed to the idea.
Really? That's terrific news.
Well, before you come up with any numbers, I should tell you that we already have $350,000 on the table from Mike Wallace and CBS.
Always give your best. Never be discouraged. Never be petty. And always remember, others may hate you, but those that hate you don't win unless you hate them. And then you destroy yourself. What perhaps very few people understand is that the taping system in the White House was set up by my predecessor, President Johnson, partly to avoid the necessity of having a secretary at every meeting, and partly to ensure there was a record kept of every verbal agreement, regardless of how off the cuff or casual. Initially, upon entering the White House, I insisted on dismantling the system.
The plot is, well, it basically follows the story of how Frost raised the money to get the interviews, the goings-on when they were actually taping, and there's a whole David and Goliath thing going on between David Frost and Richard Nixon, and it's sort of like almost like a verbal boxing match.
Righteous. You know as well as I do that 60% of what Nixon did in office was right, and 30% might have been wrong, but he thought it was right at the time.
That still leaves 10% where he was doing the wrong thing and he knew it.
I will guarantee you, if you screw us on the 60%, I will ruin you if it takes the rest of my life.
And I guarantee you, if you stonewall us on the rest, I'll return the compliment.
And it goes on to give Richard Nixon the trial that he never had.
And 5,
office promising peace, but no sooner did you step into the White House than U.S. involvement in Vietnam deepened. The war was prolonged with calamitous consequences. Did you feel that you'd betrayed the people that had elected you?
It looked to me that the reasons for being in Vietnam were not adequately understood by the American people. This little girl, she couldn't have been more than 16, broke through the line of people there, came up to me and spat in my face. She just covered my face in spit. And she said, "You are a monster." Well, of course I wiped the spit off and I went inside and I gave my speech. But all the time I kept thinking, she was such a pretty girl, but the war had made her so ugly.
This is actually kind of an experimental space for the theater because normally we do the shows on the stage in the main auditorium, but as you can see, we're in the community room right now, which we have been able to transform into a sort of black box theater, and we're planning to do this for future On the Edge shows, and this is kind of the first go-around on that, and it's coming along pretty well, so everyone should come check it out.
Hello, I'm Karen Parry, Manager of Information Services at the library. I'm here today to tell you about an exciting event that will be held at the library on November 3rd. We're calling it our Business Networking Breakfast. This is a special event for our small businesses and entrepreneurs. I'm joined today by Angie Serkis. She's the Vice President of Northfield Bank, and Shari Levy. She's the Marketing and Public Relations Director at the Ames Clinic. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you. Thank you, Karen.
Shari, let me start with you. Tell us a little bit about the Business Networking Breakfast. What is it? How did it come to be? And who will benefit from attending this event?
Sure. The Business Networking Breakfast was formed to fill a void. For the last 20 years, I've been involved with meeting and working with businesses in East Brunswick and the surrounding towns, whether it was through the East Brunswick Chamber of Commerce or the East Brunswick Business Alliance, which evolved into the Central Jersey Business Alliance. Together, with the help of others, including Angie, we provided hundreds of networking events. When the CJBA dissolved, I received many phone calls and requests to form a new group. Luckily, you contacted me and asked if a new group could be formed. The purpose of this breakfast networking is to network. By throwing out a special net, work for businesses will eventually be generated. This event provides an opportunity to build trustworthy, reciprocal relationships. Here, business owners and employees can exchange ideas, information, and support. Whether you are a small business, a large business, or thinking about starting a business, this event is for you.
That's wonderful, and we're so honored to have the library host this event. Angie, could you tell us a little bit about how the library was chosen?
Absolutely. Because of the connection to the BRC, the library was the perfect venue to host this networking event, and Northfield Bank is very proud to sponsor it. This is a great opportunity for businesses to get together, to promote their businesses and network with other businesses and get their name out there.
Very nice. And Shari, can you tell our viewers what they can expect if they attend the breakfast and how they can benefit from networking with other businesses?
Expect to have fun while growing your business. Learn about other businesses, and other businesses can learn about you at no cost. This Business Networking Committee is really formed with our community. In fact, at the first event, we'll have a 3-question survey where we'll be able to determine the best day of the week, the best time of day, and topics of interest. We plan to have small presentations, perhaps 15 or 20 minutes during morning or evening events based upon survey results. But for this first event, expect to network the old-fashioned way. While social media platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn are very powerful, nothing replaces one-on-one FaceTime. We will give you the opportunity to maintain your visibility. People can meet and communicate with potential clients. Come to this event and perhaps you'll meet someone who will become a strategic partner. You can build your contacts, or they can become a very valuable resource for you. We basically want you to come, network, enjoy a light breakfast, and meet new people or reestablish relationships. We're really good listeners. When you come, tell us what you need so that we can create a strong and powerful network event.
Shari, that is just so exciting. Thank you so much for sharing that information. And for those small businesses and entrepreneurs who are interested in attending, Angie, let me ask you, can you tell us a little bit about the event for those small businesses and entrepreneurs who are interested in attending? Is there a cost for this event? And also, what is the date and the time?
The date will be Thursday, November 3rd at 8 a.m. It's 8 to 9:30 and a.m. of course, and it will be a free event because Northfield will sponsor the breakfast. It will be a great event, like Shari said before, for businesses to network together. Maybe you'll get to meet some old friends, some old business partners that you met in the past, and network with one another. And looking forward to our first event.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for coming, and I can't wait to see you both, and we hope that all of our small businesses and entrepreneurs will attend as well.
Thank you, Karen, for putting this, helping us putting this event together, and this is our pilot. Looking forward to many more events like this in the future. And Shari?
It's always been a pleasure to work with you, Karen. You've planned wonderful events for us here, so we know going forward all events will be equally as wonderful. And the library is just a source of information that will help all of us grow. So please know how much I appreciate everything that you do.
Thank you, Sharon.
October is here again, and with it comes the second annual Ghost Tour of the Old Bridge Village section of East Brunswick Township. Occurring every Saturday evening during the month of October, residents and visitors will be led on a tour of this historic little section of East Brunswick that was established in the late 1600s. And during the course of the last 400 years, that little village has played an important part of our township. But more than just history, there are also spiritual elements that remain in that little community. There are ghost stories, tales of murder, tales of missing individuals, and those will be just some of the highlights of the homes and the streetscapes that we'll be visiting. The tours begin at 7:30 each Saturday evening in October. The cost per person is $8, and it's stroller-friendly and wheelchair-friendly. A portion of the proceeds will benefit the Crandall Kostman American Legion Post. The tours are held at 7:30 on every Saturday evening in October, meeting at the corner of Kostman Street and Old Bridge Turnpike. For more information, please look at East Brunswick Ghost Tour on Facebook. We hope to see you there and enjoy this unique slice of our town's amazing history. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Kathy D'Angelo, and I am the director of the Harpers Escape weekend, which is being held this weekend. This is the culmination of our weekend. It's actually at Rutgers University, and it's the 24th annual weekend retreat for all the harp players you can hear behind me. Every year we get together for a weekend where we teach traditional Irish and Scottish music all by ear, and our players come from all over the country. So, and this happens to be, it's very poignant for me because this is the last year that I'm doing it. It's our 24th and final year doing the Harpers Escape, and we've been at this library since we've been doing our escape in New Brunswick. Has been the last 7 or 8 years. And so we're glad to be here in East Brunswick and sharing our music with everybody today.
Not that he was the only one, but he certainly was one of the best known. He has about 200 tunes that survive to this day, because of course they had no internet and MP3 recorders and cell phones and stuff. So the music was passed on orally, but in this case his music was actually collected and some 200 tunes remain. And this first one, he named his tunes after some of his patrons, and this one is called Lady Gethin.
We have, like I said, people coming from all over the country, including our teacher. One of our teachers is Grania Hambley, who has come from Ireland.
Oh, well, it's great. Like, I've been teaching at the Harpers Escape since 2000, I think, and it's just wonderful to see every year, like, how people's appreciation of and scale of playing Irish music and learning by ear is increasing every year. And I flew over from Ireland on Friday, so it's really an unmissable experience, and it's one of my favourite festivals to teach at, so it's really a great experience.
This group, even though we're saying this is our last Harpers Escape, the 25th Harpers Escape will be the Harpers Escape to Ireland. So we're actually doing a tour that people can sign up and come with us for a guided tour for 10 days in Ireland. And you can go on our harpersescape.com website and find out all about that. You don't have to play the harp to come. You don't have to do that, but there's going to be a lot of music on this trip. There's going to be music every day. We're going to visit a lot of historical sites, and it's Ireland. It's great stuff. So you can come to the Harp Festival, come on our tour next year, or you can see me on Facebook, Kathy D'Angelo, the harp is my world. So We'll see you there.
On behalf of the entire Harpers Escape, not just this year, but I think I speak for all of us, we want to thank Kathy and Debbie for the years and years of their dedication to this dream of theirs, this inspiration that they came up with like 24 years ago to get a bunch of harpists together and learn Irish music together. And I think they've been successful at reaching that dream. This is the last of our Harpers Escapes. I know, isn't that sad? We're pretty sad. I think we're just starting to get it. And I think it's fair to say that we have all become better musicians, and we've grown a whole lot musically over these years. Wouldn't you all agree? We've learned a lot.